Hey, NASDOG, where you get the best dope on the markets. I am your host, Alan Palmer, an ex-floor trader, local. We're going to talk about grains here, and I think we're going to get into cotton at the end, but we'll go through the main grains here. This is corn. Okay, so I moved this over here. I saw something in the comments there that my stuff was blurry and you can't see the price column here. So I moved this over here right in the screen. So this is corn here. We spent about 3 weeks up here. This was on the China announcement. This was a China announcement over here also. But, and the funds flipped, it got long. But here you could see we're making new highs. Okay, so we're kind of going sideways here. Now listen, right here, you couldn't be short here. But anyway, what did we do Friday here? Okay, we were playing around this 48 and a quarter here. It was low here, kind of the low here, kind of the low here. Here it was the high, and then here we opened up here, and you got a reversal down. Anyway, this level right down here, 437 and 3/4. You got an orange buy, and you got this downward sloping trend line. This is a really important trend line, okay? It's off some old highs. So, and then down below here, those are would be some other levels here. There is a lot of corn out there, okay? There is a lot of corn out there. 2 billion bushels, 2.2 billion bushels. So, and the funds are long here, so the corn market has the risk if let's go to a daily here first. Okay, because we were kind of bobbing down here for a long time before we caught our, see right here, this is last May, okay, last summer's lows, okay, and this was at the beginning of the year. This was the USDA report. So anyway, here, the trend line here, this is old here, so this was a trend line hit right here. Here's another one right here, okay, and now here, this is when we're really trading volatile, vertical price. Anyway, we break off I like to buy this right down here. This is some areas here you could buy it. You got to have a sell stop underneath here. Call it 434 maybe. And it's corn. You have to call your bet off somewhere. Otherwise, here you're in for a nickel more, or here you're more risk is what I'm saying. Okay, this is soybeans. Okay. And here, this was Friday's action. Thursday, this was Wednesday here. This was when the crude oil broke down to 91 from 117. We had some overflow selling here. It's throwing the baby out with the bathwater, meaning because they were selling crude, people were selling grains also. Okay, and it was in the overnight trading. Well, anyway, this is beans here. Totally different story here. Here was the high, and now here we're coming over 2 weeks worth of highs. We're clearing some of these levels here that are kind of important. Here's an old high over here. So we're back over here. Beans have a story. Let's go to one spread here. So, for example, if that was a little bit too risky for you, this is the July-November bean spread. Okay, so July is the stuff that there's the old crop corn, beans, and then you're short next year's crop, which nobody cares about, so to speak. And so here you can see this was an olive line here. Okay. This is day session here. You can see how it plays here, okay? This is an olive line by one, the thin one, and then here's the thick one. That is a gap right down here, okay? So let's go to a daily here to show you. So we, as a matter of fact, here, we just came up to the green, okay? So it's an olive buy scalp, sell the green, okay? And we hit that Friday. As a matter of fact, we got over it here, and look at where we closed. Smack ass exactly at it. So I like buying a break here because the meal has demand, okay, and the bean oil has a story. And so then that means that the crushers will crush beans. And, as long as there's some meal demand, that beans might be undervalued here. So you'd get long the old crop. And then, so you just have a bullish tilt in long the July, short the November 26 beans. Let's go through the complex here. Let's go to this is meal. This is soybean meal. Okay, this is a feed grain. Here, look, this is a super long term chart here. Okay, so you can see here we're over here by if my screensaver would get off there. There you go. We were down here in 2011, 2016, here 19, 20. Okay, so it sound, even though we're in this range here, okay, it sounds like there's good demand here. So hopefully that's a story. And let's go to the other part of the crush. This is soybean oil. Okay, crush the beans. You crush the beans and you get the oil. This is an intraday chart here. Let's go look at a daily. Okay. Don't have any levels right around here. Here, let's go look at the July here. Let's see what we got. Something. Okay. This is a little bit different. Okay. On the way up, green cell, orange cell, thin olive, thick olive. Okay. Here we had, what was this, March 9th? Yeah, this was March 9th. This was one of the days that the crude oil took off. Not the recent all-time high, which was 117 and a half. That was this week. This was maybe a week and a half before that, okay? And so here you could see we're playing around this green, okay? So, and then above that, so you get over here. Pardon me. Okay, so this would, and this is where we came from. This is in meal. Okay, so here we were just sideways, just doing nothing here. This is December here, so you got the end of the year. You could just see here, and then all of a sudden we get over it, and these will be the momentum funds that just start buying at 20-day high, whatever it is, 40-day high. And where they're just buying more because they're going with momentum. And so this is meal. Let's go look at the July Dees meal spread. This is kind of interesting. Okay, same idea with the beans. You'd be getting long old crop meal July and short next this coming December, which nobody really cares about. It's the way you put on a spread. And so here you can see this spread has gone from here even money. This is like plus 50 cents to what do we got? 377. This is July Dees meal. Let's go to the let's go take a look at wheat. Okay, so wheat's in the news. Yeah, weather here, weather around the world, and the funds got long the first time in 4 years. Okay, something like that. And well, anyway, so here all of a sudden here we gap lower here. Now this is the last week. Okay, here this is a line here. These are probably one of these candlestick trend lines here. So that number is call it 569. These numbers down here is 565 to 63 and 3/4. Okay, this is like 58 and a quarter. Okay, up here, okay, you can see there's a little olive in there. Here, you can see it over here in the right-hand column, 621 with a 6. That means 6/8, 3/4, 621 in the goats. Here it was the high. Here you got in a little bit higher. They go reach for some new stops. You have this right over here. Okay, you look at this. You got three things right here. This is around 627 and a half to 629. Okay, that's in the wheat. You know, so, and if you're looking to buy wheat on a break, you know, these are a couple areas here. Here you can see here's a gap where all of a sudden we took off right here. As a matter of fact, look at this. This yellow is highlighted here, so it was a gap, and it still acted gappy. So let's just see what this low is here. This is in wheat. As a matter of fact, this is in May, so May is going to be going off the board here in probably, I don't know, 2 weeks. 561. Okay, so we're at 560. We're at 571 here right now. So these would be a couple areas here if you were looking, or this one right here. This one right here. I'm going to do it on another video here, but Should we look at silver? Okay, this was late in the day. This is the aftermarket here. This is just a trend line here off the top. We came over here. This I did a video before, and you know what? Here I did not call it out here. This comes in right now at 76.73. Okay, here we shot over here, but in this time duration, we came back and closed under here. So this is what silvers look like for about the last 2 weeks. Okay. As a matter of fact, here Friday, look at this low. Look at this low here in the middle of the night, 8 o'clock last night. 75 even was the low. This number right here is 74.92. Okay, then we come back a couple hours later. Look at the low there, 74.88. Okay, so if you had an order to buy it at 74.92 or like a half a tick above that, you would have been filled. Okay, and then here we climbed up for the remainder of the day session. Came up to this trend line. I have no idea here, you know, but if you're trading here, this is an area down here. Oh, and then this was here. This was the day before here. We had this number here at 72.92. Now this will change, okay? This is because this will be stale here because we're in a new week coming up here. So, but 72.92, look at this low here. 72.92, it was exact. Okay, it was exact. And that's the reason why it has to hit the trigger, you know, to trigger off the algos that are buying or whatever they're doing, you know, and it could be any instruction. Let's just take a little peek here at gold here, and then I think we're going to call this. So here's gold here down on the bottom here. This is about 45.60. Up here, this trend line is 48.93. You can see it's going up a little bit here. But here, this would be how you play a line. You know, play these levels on the charts. Here you can see this line, whatever this blue one is, and it did not contact there. It was the high of this bar. Here you come in, you do this, you close right back at this line. This line seems like it's a little bit more important than, but those would be the quality of the charts that you would get if you got my service. You know, if you got my service and you're trading your own thing and you're going, okay, he's got some lines over here, and I kind of want to sell silver or gold. This is gold. So, and this is the action here. You can kind of see here the last 2 days here, we've kind of slowed down here. So we'll see what's going on. We got the ceasefire going on with Iran. And, you know, it was kind of like more or less like a risk off Friday. Okay, if you need something, email me, ARP@NASDOG, or stop over to NASDAQ, go click up in the upper right-hand corner, get a package, and that VIP package is an absolute steal. CQG, these I pay about $1,250 maybe, round down, a month, $1,250. So, and you get somebody else to do your homework. So, if that at all interests you. And listen, this will be in stocks also. And, all right, let's call this a wrap. Always use a risk stop to stop the risk. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you're on social media.